All right. Well, there goes nothing. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Check this out. I need help, you know, and so I believe the title of this is going to be Help Your Boy Out, HYBO. Hi, Bo. I need help because me and my family, every year, what we do is we go to NBA venues and we check out the venue. So I guess I got to give you some backstory in order for this to make sense. We're going to an NBA venue this year. We've been doing this for 13 years, and we found out that when we get to cities and we do our vacation, the locals always give us something new. Locals always give us something better. You show up at the hotel, you go, hey, yeah, from out of town. Can you tell us about your place? They go, oh, you got to go here. You got to go there. And the best part about it is, it's always something you couldn't find on the internet. So let me give some backstory. I'm 44, a little old in my opinion. I'm sure there's a million of you say I'm young, but I tell you, this is how old I am. I don't know how to do the TikTok. I don't know how to do the Snapchat. I hope I'm even doing this right, to be honest. I'm looking at this screen. This might be the worst quality picture I've ever seen in my entire life. But I realize I'm not doing it for likes. I ain't doing it for subs. I'm not doing it for any of that. I'm doing it so that 1 week a year, I got some help. So my wife, 41. Um, Pretty much same scenario. She enjoys a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna go through a lot of different things as far as the times and what we do. None of this is gonna be edited because I don't know how to edit. That's what happens when you're old. You just don't know what you're doing. You figure, hey, let's just wing it. But I think at the end of the day, hopefully by the time we get to where we're going, you guys help me out. So this is gonna be called Help Your Boy Out Toronto Edition. We've already been to quite a few cities, so honestly, I wish I would have thought of this sooner. But the plan is if you know anybody who lives in Toronto, if you live in Toronto, if you've been to Toronto, I'm asking for help on some of the places that would be nice based off of us, not necessarily, we've been clicking on YouTube and stuff like that. And the first issue I had, which made me say, hey, let me just ask YouTube, was every single place. I swear they paying these people. Like you get some the influencers, they want money, they want clicks and stuff. And so I'm seeing like the same 5 or 6 places. Well, Toronto got like 6 million people in the metro. There's no way the only stuff I keep finding on YouTube is the only thing that's in Toronto. So as I tell you more about me and the family and as it goes on, that might help a little bit with the process of what we're doing, right? So we're going to see the Raptors, and let me no, we'll do it the next time. I need to be better and more prepared. But so this one would just be, we're going to see the Raptors. Here's the plan so far, and this is the layout of how these will work. All right, 82 games in a season. Y'all already know that if you watch basketball. We're going to see the Toronto Raptors. We'll be going to see one of the last home games, mainly because that's what we typically do. We follow the team all year, stuff like that. First year we did Minnesota, saw the Timberwolves back in 14, 13. Hey, listen, hey, we'll get into it. I'll get more organized as we go along, but I just literally was like, hey, I'm gonna start the first game of the season. And then I woke up this morning and was like, hey, why don't you start with the preseason? It's like, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, kind of build it up, get it going to where it needs to be. So they'll be about 30 minutes long. It'll be 10 minutes of me talking about a different place to eat. And then what I'm shooting for and what I'm hoping for is you give me the comment section buzz where I'm gonna say, hey, somebody told me that this is a nice place to eat. You know, this is what I heard, this is what I read, this is where it's located. Tell me about the neighborhood, if there's something better around there. Prefer you do personal preference, not don't really plug your auntie's restaurant because I don't want to just go somewhere. Hopefully, this doesn't blow up to where I'm now doing sponsorships and this cuts off right here with a commercial. Nah, I don't want all that. I want to do what we've been doing for over a decade, but I just wanted help. And YouTube is massive. YouTube, you are huge. And people who I guess if they get the right thumbnails and stuff like that, it really grows. And that's I don't really want to grow as much as I want feedback. So instead of telling me how that court looks janky, it does. I know. Hey, I ain't say I was balling, but let's not focus on that. Don't. I'm gonna try to keep it right here, so you don't bring up backdrops and all the shirt that I was wearing. Oops. Listen, we've already been to Milwaukee. I'm just wearing a polo. I buy stuff when I go to the town. But I didn't want to like be a character. I didn't want to have to wear the same thing every single time I talk to you. I figured just, whatever I'm wearing that day, however I feel that day, that's what we're gonna do. So I'll say I'm Bo, because that's what we're hoping you do. Hi Bo, Hybo, help your boy out, right? Toronto edition. 44 years old, absolutely a lover of basketball. Sports is cool. We live in a city called Kansas City. And I hope I'm talking to a ton of people in Toronto. If you want to know about Kansas City, just let me know, and then we'll figure that part out later. We'll talk on the side or something like that. But this is really just to talk about Toronto. Um, I don't eat pork, so your favorite Cuban, your favorite pork butt, your favorite pork chop place, probably not somewhere that I really need to hear about. I'm really cool with any type of adventure. So let's scale it to certain stuff. I love nature. I'm not a nature buff. You know what I mean? So like I like looking at trees. I don't want to be next to a beehive, if that makes sense. I don't I'm sure there's some people out there like that. Forget that. I ain't the only one. So that's just kind of me in a nutshell. We got the wife, 41. Um, likes outdoorsy stuff. When I met her, every time we go somewhere to eat, two please outside. I'm like, bruh. Like I appreciate everything out there, but I don't want to eat with flies in my salad. But anyway, I digress. Hey, been married for a minute, so it's whatever. So she doesn't eat pork either. She is Jewish. She's from Kansas City area. We'll say Kansas City area, you know, north of it, place called St. Joseph. Um, and honestly, I bet you anything you put up there, if we didn't hear about it, we're gonna Google it, we're gonna look it up, we're gonna try to find out what we can. All right. Next, 14-year-old son. Um, really introverted, if in my opinion. Hope nobody he know catch this and start eating, annihilating them in public or whenever they see him. But he likes basketball, football. I think he loves MLB the show. The boy got all the little gaming consoles, so he may like the arcade places. Maybe he's a history buff. He likes going to museums, stuff like that. Then we got the 13-year-old daughter, and she is a diva. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like she likes doing nails. She likes, wearing makeup. Her fashion is all her. Like she gotta look good. She's a huge holiday person. She loves to shop. So yeah, that's that's the overview of the four of us. And what we do is when we go to places, each person gets a day. So I get game day. On game day, we go to the zoo, we go to the game. We might throw some other stuff in there, but we go to the zoo and we go to the game. So far, every city's had a zoo, every city has a game because we pick a game to go to. Wife's Day, it used to be Children's Museum. They're a little older now, so we really don't do that. We'll try to find like some history stuff, something the city's known about. We've done parks sometimes. We went to Orlando, so of course we did Disney World for her. She's a huge Disney World person. Um, and yeah, some shopping. Son's Day, we're finding something historical. He likes to look up something about the history of it or whatever. We'll check it out. And then the daughter, now it's all about the mall. What's the coolest mall? Where's Lululemon at? And we'll do stuff like that. But for the most part, that would be us. So you'll catch that first 10 minutes of each episode where I say, hey, this is the place we're going to talk about eating at. This is the segment it is. This is where it's located. How you feel about it? How you feel about that? Give me some, so if I bring up a breakfast place, try not to say, hey, you got to go eat at this Mexican restaurant for dinner. Well, the reason why I brought up breakfast because I'm trying to hone in on some breakfast places. We're only gonna be there for a week. So in a week, we're not gonna eat breakfast 1,000 times, but there's 1,000 places to eat it at. So really, when you hear the breakfast points, and I'll tell you the segment that it is, let's stick with the breakfast and figure that part out. If I say something that's a lunch and dinner, let's stick with lunch and dinner. If they're known for drinks, let's stick with drinks. If it's like a me and my wife thing, you don't want to really bring the kids. I mean, hey, throw it in there. But at the same time, it's me and the wife really don't go out and then tell the kids, all right, stay in the hotel, go to the pool. We're gonna go do this. We might do that later because we've been doing this since my kids were born, and I'm assuming once we get in the 20s, they really not gonna want to hang out with the old heads. They're gonna be like, all right, we out of here. We're gonna go do this. Then we'll be like, hey, wife, let's go. Me and you, we'll go check this out. We'll go check that out. The second part of it will be an attraction or a sight to see or something like that. So then for 10 minutes, we'll talk about the Toronto sign and Nathan Phillips Square. I'll get a little bit more information so that I can talk about things around it. You can say, hey, if you're going to be in that area, definitely check out this thing that's not really on the internet or this place. Or if I say, hey, I'm going to Graffiti Alley, hey, throw out there and let me know. Like, maybe make sure you do that first thing in the morning. Don't tell me, hey, yeah, anytime's great. We get there at 8 p.m. and feeling sketchy. Not saying it's sketchy in Toronto, saying it's sketchy in Toronto. Everyone got a sketchy place. Let me know that's the sketchy place. Not saying we won't go, but just let me know how to move and maneuver while I'm in Toronto, you know? And that goes for in the future or anything else. I don't want to have to re-say this part. Like if we doing help your boy out Chicago edition, don't be telling me the place that's on 26th in California. Like that's where you need to be. Don't tell me to go to 103rd and Champagne. Like why would you tell me this? I told you who we were and what we was doing. But anyway, I digress. So back to it. So first segment, food. Second segment, an attraction, something like that. Third segment, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game we about to watch. Because this is gonna post like 30 minutes before the game. And so the one thing I figured if you help your boy out, your boy can try to help you out. Now, my partner Ty gonna tell you I ain't a beast on the gambling game. He I'm gonna prove it to him. I'm gonna prove it to him now. That I stay hot. Like I really do. I watch games. We got a game tonight against the Denver Nuggets. I'm watching the game in totality, no matter what. That's what I do. Every year we pick the team, we do our thing. I'm always there for the game. I'll start showing y'all little things because what I also do is I make family books. The family books mean the world to me, man. I mean to tell you, it's like capturing those moments when you do it. So I'll probably end up showing some pictures. They're gonna get mad at me, but right now, I gotta just figure this thing out. But the sole purpose of this channel is to get feedback on the city of Toronto and everything within, give me like 2 hours of the city center, right? So you picture the middle of Toronto all the way here, 2 hours. I'll drive that far once I get there and we'll go from there. Now, hey, I will tell you, in the beginning, like right now, before, let's say like October, before Halloween, October 31st in the States. I don't know if y'all do that in Toronto. But from now to October 31st, if you got a hotel suggestion, hey, throw it out there. Somewhere where it's good commutes. Maybe I don't really need a lavish place that has a nice, super crazy room because we're not going to really be in the room. We jam pack our itinerary. We go to the room to sleep. Now, maybe have a pool. A pool is kind of important on a maybe one relaxed day where we usually try to put in a day where one of us gonna be a little tired. So you know what? And it's usually me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like to take naps, I like to sleep in, I like to just do my thing. But that day it's like we don't really have anything planned until that night. Okay. Tell me about the hotel that got a nice little cafe connected to it. One that's right next to the metro system, something like that. And so to give you an idea of how helpful I think people are, when we went to LA, we went to see the Clippers. It was Paul Pierce's last year. So we like, all right, cool. So we get there, get to the hotel. The girl behind the desk, she's a sweetheart. She's so funny. We was like, oh yeah, we here. We got the whole itinerary. Her and the wife kick it off. They get to talking. She's like, so what all you got planned? You mess around. You ask my wife the wrong question. She on it. She on it. So she starts telling her everything we doing. She's like, and you ain't going to the Grammy Museum? Man, we done looked up 1,000 things to do in LA. I didn't know there was a Grammy Museum. Grammy Museum right next to the Staples Center. At the time, it was called Staples Center, not anymore. but it's right next to it. It's like we did not know. Oh my goodness. I would have been upset if we'd have missed out on it. So that's the type of stuff that we get whenever we just talk to the locals. Or we'll say, hey, we got to go eat at this place. We go eat there. And the server would be like, oh yeah, my favorite place to eat is blah, blah, blah. It's only 5 blocks this way. And they got this and they got that. Well, everybody don't want to be on YouTube. Everybody don't want to be Googled like that. Everybody doesn't want to be known for the world's largest tenderloin sandwich or the hottest wings of all time. Sometimes it's just like, yo, these people take care of you. They really good. The service is never lacking. They got these cool little twists on this. When you leave, you get this, this, and that. It's just a nice, fresher breath of fresh air. Said that wrong. Can't edit. Sorry. But like last year we did DC, so in DC, we looking around, we trying to figure it out. We get flights. The only thing that I saw when I Googled DC and did YouTube and stuff, it was like, if you ain't from here, don't drive around here. So all right, we'll fly. But we like to drive and stuff like that because we got a pretty big dog. And he likes to come with us. He enjoys it too. If you got some dog friendly places, we really love that stuff. We had a blast doing that in San Antonio. We stayed at a hotel called Hotel Indigo in San Antonio. If you ever there, go ahead and do that. That place is awesome. But the locals there was like, hey, listen, the Riverwalk, dog friendly. You can take your dog. They got this, they got that. We would have never known that if it wasn't for the people who are there. When you Google stuff or when you're looking it up, you don't even think about some of the things that it could be or couldn't be. So for the most part, that's a big, big thing. Um, I honestly think that there's so much around, and I don't know which hashtags to put to make it, more accessible or to get it to locals who will see it. Or I'm gonna try to send it, to some people, but in general, we'll just kind of go from there. All right. So first segment, food. Second segment, some kind of attraction or something like that. What we're gonna do. Third segment's gonna be the game. In the game, I'm gonna tell you a line, and I'm gonna let you know. We probably gonna get that line, you know. Or since we've been watching these games together, maybe you haven't. I got the pass that lets me watch every single game. But as we go through it, and there's more and more and more information we have, we're gonna just enjoy ourselves. So like tonight, we got Toronto -2 as of the time that I'm putting this, like 45 minutes before the game. So it's Toronto -2. Boy, thing opened up with Denver -1. Now, again, it's the first game. They're just gonna play around with the starters. I know Stockpot Murray Boyles. That's a nickname they're trying to give him. I'll do it. I don't care. Murray Boyles. This is his coming out. We're gonna see what he can really do. He look good in the summer league. I didn't know I was following Toronto until 3 weeks ago. Whenever the schedule comes out, we look at everything. We say what's going to be the best fun. We take two, three different teams. We say, all right, this is we do right now. We're doing spring break. My kids' spring break. So we look at the spring break schedule. Go, okay, cool. This is the week that we'll be going. Here's the teams. Here's the home teams. Let's scratch out all the ones we already been to. This is what we got left. Four of us make a pick. I don't actually care where we go, so it's really only three picks. And if two people pick the same city, that's where we're going. Son said OVO. I don't even know what that means, but I heard it's a clothing store. Wife was like, I go to Canada. I was like, all right, that's where we're going. Daughter was like, I want to pick. It's two already. It's all good. So we're going to Toronto. I'm gonna try to get this big enough to get feedback. Doesn't matter what the feedback is, just help your boy out with enjoying our time in Toronto and maybe some of the other places. I do know the only thing I know is that you don't use the second T in Toronto. I don't know how to say those other neighborhoods like Mississauga but you know what? I'm not gonna butcher them right now. We ain't gonna do that. What we're gonna talk about is they playing in Vancouver tonight. They going up against the Denver Nuggets. And what I did is I said, you know what? There's no way Brandon Ingram is gonna make less than 10 points. So if you go on DraftKings right now, and no, there will never be a link. I have no idea how to do that stuff. I'm not telling you use DraftKings. I'm telling you I use DraftKings. If you got some player props and you can get Brandon Ingram 10 plus points tonight, it's like -120. Bro, you can't go wrong. This dude has only scored less than 10 points in 7 games. He's only scored less than 10 points in one preseason game. And they trying to see who he is and if he's healthy enough. Barring injury, that boy will definitely score 10 points. So you can get that at -20 right now. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So that's that. That concludes me explaining how these work as far as moving forward. So the next time I won't go through this whole. So we doing food and we're doing this. That's done. All right, three little segments. Each one on about 10 minutes. I'll try to keep it around there. I got me a little timer over here, because I'm old. So I just hit 30 minutes, started, and I jabber a lot. I don't know. You gonna find out. I go down rabbit holes. I'll start telling a story. You'll be like, is he talking to us? He talking to himself. I'll just start giggling. I'm not trained. I'm not trying to become a professional YouTuber. Well, I guess technically I'm trying to become a professional YouTuber. I'm trying to become a professional who enhances the trips for the family every single year because I'm getting more feedback, more feedback. I'm finding out more about the cities without falling into the trap of just doing what all the tourists do. Now, there's a reason why the tourists do it, CN Tower, Ripley's Aquarium of Canada, Hockey Hall of Fame, Nathan Phillip, that Yondes Square. There's some places we already gonna talk about. Like I told you, I already been Googling. I already been on it. But from this day until the last day of the season, which was like April, I think it was April 15th, 14th. I don't remember. But until that last game on Sunday, I'm a Toronto Raptors fan through and through. I bleed black and red, you know what I mean? Like we already got the jerseys, everything. I'm gonna show you the jersey. Actually, you know what? Next game, I think it's in 2 days. I'm gonna rock the jersey whenever I do this little thing, just so to kind of get the build up and stuff like that. But these things are really just created for you to help me, help my family, and have the best time we can have. So that being said, do I got any stories about anything that's like super fun? I do. I do. I'm gonna do story time too. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but when I think of something, I'm gonna definitely tell y'all about it. That's just what I do. Um, but yeah, help your boy out, Toronto edition. This would be the first installment of it. Hopefully, we get 82 more of these, and you can tell me more about Toronto and stuff like that. So far, the cities we hit, I mean, we haven't hit them again. I mean, once I have some grandbabies, I might hit them again. So this is something where I'll look back and go, hey, oh my God, we missed X, Y, and Z. And spoiler alert, when we do go to places that you recommend, I'll be recording when I'm there. And I'll probably come back and say, hey, again, I told you not to put your auntie spot on blast because we ate there. We all hit the toilet after we left there. We will never go back there. And then you looking like, yo, why you disrespecting? I'm not, I didn't say it was a bad place. I said my experience was bad. And again, not looking for subs, not looking for likes. I guess I'm looking for shares. I want you to share this with people you know from Toronto, been to Toronto, stuff like that. You ain't got to like and subscribe unless I start, hey, if I get hot with that gambling thing and you using me, yeah, I get it. So for every sub I get, that means that's somebody that's gambling. But other than that, no, man, let's just have fun and enjoy this. I'll figure out how to do this a little bit better. I'm not buying no $10,000 camera, so I'm in 4K. Y'all can hang that up. That ain't happening. Maybe if it gets good enough, my son or my daughter or somebody will edit the videos a little bit better and put the right hashtags. Because I'm figuring I'm gonna put hashtag Toronto, hashtag visitor, hashtag Raptors. I don't know. Hashtag sites. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Anyway, so we got the game coming up, bro. Game starts in 34 minutes. I need to fresh my drink and get ready for this game. So, and I'll talk about more of the stuff that we like, so that we can get a little bit just of that. My daughter told me to tell you guys that her favorite color is pink. My son's favorite color is cream. Cream. My favorite color is red, and my wife's favorite color is green. So I don't know what that got to do with anything. But yeah, we've looked at a lot of don't you really don't need to give me a YouTube channel to check. We probably already checked it, especially if it's a Toronto person. But again, just throw it out. Let us know. I appreciate your time. I'll talk to you in like 2 days. All right.